Hey there, young whippersnappers. Good morning. Well, I don't know when you're watching this video, but it's morning where I am at the moment because I woke up like maybe 2 hours ago, and I figured this seems like a good time to do some recording before the afternoon comes when there's gonna be we're getting something installed in the house. So I figured this would be a better time to film. So chances are my throat is probably not gonna be ready to do all this voice acting, and I'm probably gonna regret it, but I'm gonna just pull through. If voice start cracking and I get tired, I'm just gonna push on through, because I realized doing my sessions usually last about an hour-ish, hour and a half, whatever. That's usually when my throat gets tired. But I edit those too fast, because filming this stuff and then editing it doesn't actually take that much time, because I'm not putting a lot of work into it, because I'm not good when it comes to editing, so I don't do anything fancy with it. And I'm really trying to have a good backlog of videos to go out. And I also want to just play the game. So we're just gonna play the game. I don't know why I was explaining all of that, but we last left off. We're in the middle of court right now. We just finished talking to we just had Wesley Stickler as a witness. He gave a testimony, and Apollo was like, "Bitch, you don't got any contradictions here. I'm fucked." And he was about to throw in the towel, but then Trucy was like, "Nah, I'm gonna take matters into my own hand. I'm gonna stage a hostage situation type of thing, where she has her like wooden doll magic trick, put a knife to her neck and be like, yo, go to recess, judge, or else this girl gonna die." And everyone's like, okay. And she's like, yo, you gotta fucking perceive this bitch or something. Yeah, I mean, you guys know what happened. I'm sure everyone who's watching this is watching it. All 3 of you. If there's more than 3 people, then hey, you've exceeded my expectations. Okay, so we're back in court now. We're back. Okay, I really am going to hate myself for this. Okay, let me clear my throat, my morning throat. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice.
Oh, you mean me?
Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? The silk top hat that you seem to also be wearing too?
Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that.
I'm just sure you did. You settled that?
Yes, it was a out-of-court settlement, right?
Oh my god, okay.
Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream.
It's the start of the day. I won't say I'll get better at it, but I'll probably care less about it as time goes on.
A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right? I think he's onto me. I wish he would stop being so cool. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness? Right, the defense would like to request another cross-examination because I forgot to ask something.
Apollo, have more confidence in yourself, buddy. There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time.
Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
Trucy, you gotta let me figure this stuff out on our own. From shot to call.
I could not prevent a killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot. Focus. If only it were that easy. Focus on me! Focus on me! Ariana, where are you at? My ears hear what he says. My eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have?
taste. You have to lick him. Lick his finger. Lick his fingy. Oh.
What's this? My bracelet. What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can't see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something.
Alright, let's see what his bracelet is trying to tell us. It's weird that your bracelet's talking to you, but... Alright, so... Though there's only one instance where he fiddles with his book, and it's here. I'm gonna press this motherfucker.
So, you called immediately after witnessing the murder?
The police and we have a record of the call. Why not check with them?
Wait, Apollo! This has to be it! Wait, you mean his habit?
By the way, I forgot to mention off the top of this session, I adjusted the screens a little bit so that the main one is not as big as it was before. Because once it gets too big, it gets like too pixely and you don't see the overall viewing of like the sprites and the whatever, it gets kind of lost. I didn't make it that much smaller. It's just something I'm just gonna keep fiddling with until I'm satisfied with it. I didn't even try to wait for your guys' opinion. I was just like, I want to play the game. I don't fucking care. Anyway.
Wait, you mean his habit?
I think I read that already. Okay.
Don't forget.
Oh god. Morning. Morning throat.
Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means that this is the place to look for his habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. Know what? It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I could feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy. But I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet as it reacts to the testimony.
So I think it's either the game explains it or someone said it, that the idea is that like he himself is reacting to the habit like internally, and that because it's like I guess it pulses through his wrist and then it's making his wrist pulse, and that's why his bracelet feels like it's reacting because it's tightening. I don't know. I forget if that's explained. I don't know if that's a game thing, like if it was said in the game or someone else said it. But either way, his bracelet is not magical apparently. Go figure.
What's going on? I can see the witness's face. His expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. Oh god, get it away from me! I can see nothing else. Hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? I'm going bug.
Like, what, is he actually going bug-eyed in the courtroom? And Trucy's like, are you okay, fam?
This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing? In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. How does Trucy know? Trucy, how do you know? You don't have a bracelet?
Even though I just got saying that the bracelet's not magic. It could be magic, I don't know, but...
That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out! Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch. His habit. You remember it, right? Sure. When he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with the page of his book. You got it. Right now you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out.
I'll bet they are!
First, move your focus of the attention down to Mr. Stickler's hand. His hand? You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. She's right. I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint.
Yeah. I get it. Oh god, how do I do it? How do I navigate this? Okay, down. Ooh.
Perfect. Now you're really ready. Ready? For what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive? Try listening to the witness's talk. What? Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit. Right. You mean when he fiddles with the page? That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive. Find his weak spot, and I'll guarantee you will be able to give him the royal flush into the toilet. Because he's gross. Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers. worry if you miss it. You can always try again. Right. Look out, nervous twitch. Here comes justice.
I know. You have to wait for him to say. So, like, if you can, as you can see here, there's like certain parts to the statement that he gives that's like separated into like segments, and depending on where he's like unsure of or he's like lying about certain things, that segment will, like, once it gets to that segment, that's when you see the twitch, and then it's highlighted here, and that's when you know that's the time to confirm it. Gotcha! So I don't know why I need to explain that to you. It's clearly obvious, but you know, just in case.
I saw it just now. I could see it.
Mr. Justice, do you have something to say?
Well, all this banging of desks is quite bad for my circulation, you know.
Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone.
Well, what are you talking about?
I'm curious now about the cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask?
Ask to see his phone.
Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone.
Why? Whatever for?
Show me and you'll find out.
Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see.
You don't have it?
Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone?
Yeah, where did you get that?
That's the phone from yesterday.
Look, a cell phone.
Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would have been crushed for sure.
I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here.
How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment?
I'm a magician. I stole it from you when you weren't looking. Wait a minute. What is the meaning of this?
This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage.
Maractus? Why? That's where the victim lived.
I mean,
it's a clinic, so technically there's a chance he might not be living in his clinic, but whatever.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police?
What if he said he had two cell phones?
It's true, I didn't have my cell phone that night. That's why I consented to call the police from a public payphone.
A payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all?
Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler?
Well, to indicate it with a startling high degree of accuracy, it was right around here.
Right in front of the office. That's quite a ways from the park.
Is it though?
It's like about a block away. Not too bad, depending on what exit you're at. Though I guess if the murder happened by this river here, I think is what it showed. I guess it would be a ways away. But why did you lie?
There can only be one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone because it was found in the victim's garage.
What are you saying?
Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells it all.
Oh, it's too early to be head bobbing to anything. Oh, that made me dizzy. Calm down, me.
But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime, as though I was trying to kill him.
Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night.
Oh, well, yes, but no, this line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true, I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night.
Well, Mr. Justice, if that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder, it does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime.
Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Can I prove that cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder?
Yes, I think.
Of course I have evidence.
Oh, I forgot you're here. Oh, I like your swagger, Alphahead. Heat it.
The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say.
The evidence that proves the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder is...
I think this should be enough for him to start talking about the fact that car hit right.
That's a side view mirror?
As it so happens, Dr. Marcus' car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder.
Accident.
An accident. It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Marcus' car hit a pedestrian.
What are you trying to say?
From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m. in the night of the murder in the park.
I can already feel my throat.
Mr. Stickler, you know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night.
This is most unexpected. Mr. Justice, are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Pervert?
No, stop.
This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something.
I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Mr. Stickler and Pervert. That is, other than this.
I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's the face of guilt.
What's Juicy pondering about, I wonder? Could this man really be capable of moida? Stickler's truth.
That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone button on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness a crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage. Oh yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know.
Not sure how it's fucking... How does it roll when it's so squared?
Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please.
That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes justice. Maybe. Stickler's tools. Alrighty then, boys. Boys and gals and non-binary folks.
He went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on the way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness a crime. I saw the killer, the victim, stand all as clear as day. I think I know what I have to... Alright, I'm just gonna do it. I don't need to explain it to you guys.
This part of the testimony is the key. I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand?
Okay, so... I think if you're playing this blind, you'd probably want to click on all of them to see what he has to say. But I think the answer should be this. Because it's going to, as the judge say, reveal something to us about this little witness boy man thing.
Do you happen to remember the noodle stand?
Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said... noodle. Yes, that was it. For remembering something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice?
What about that sign? Could that be important?
If you guys remember, when we saw the crime scene, the stand, we saw the word El Dune. I think I just spoiled it, but whatever. So how did he see the word noodle? Does he read letters backwards? Let's see.
So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle? It appears that the fence has just obtained a vital piece of testimony.
Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. You didn't even mention anything about the broth. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well.
Whenever saw the noodles that Stan sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our s'more noodles.
I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself.
Apollo, you're smart enough, you're fine.
Why, you remember the sign of the noodle?
What do I present to show this? Here. Oh, we have the stand here. So yeah, when we were looking at the crime scene, we saw that the stand was facing this direction, which says El Dune, right? But take a closer look at the stand on the other side. It says noodle. So, what does that tell us? That tells us that he wasn't standing where we think he was standing. Homeboy, gotcha fuck.
And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle?
Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler, and I'll give you that. It read without a doubt noodle.
I see.
Whoa, why are you looking at me like that? Is that a pity I see in your eyes?
Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot.
You think so?
Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand and to carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Where's the fuck is my mouse? There's El Dunes.
Inconceivable. I'm certain it was definitely noodle for sure. Positive.
I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight.
I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign you saw changes everything. The witness says that the sign said noodle. He saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign can be read that way Stickler claims?
Wow, okay, whatever.
What?
Mr. Justice, show us the spot. The witness actually
viewed the stand from this location. Bitch, where's my mouse? Why do I keep losing my mouse? From this side, motherfucker. The witness was standing here, on the opposite side.
How do you know that?
When viewed from the south.
Hold up. He ties down a box of salt on the top of on the roof of the cart. Why didn't he just put it inside the whatever?
The sign on the stand reads El Dunes, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand.
Also, how do you get that barrel up there so high? Isn't that looks like it'd be heavy? Whatever. Oh, the sign says noodle.
Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and the back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south.
Yeah, you got me.
So what?
So what?
What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right, travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on the global scale, directions are utterly without meaning.
Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? You remember his testimony from before? Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading.
3D graphics. Bum 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 bum.
The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then, at the moment the killer raised his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point the victim turned his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol.
My bullet is an arrow. Oh.
That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right?
Right. But if Mr. Stickler is standing on the north side of the park,
that reverses the whole scenario. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in this direction, the bullet would have hit his left temple.
Oh, ah!
In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible.
The victim decided to turn his head the other way and be like, oh, this man is so ugly looking.
That's right.
So now that we know that what Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning.
Indeed, you are absolutely correct, Fraulein.
What meaning?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north.
North? Oh! But that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing.
Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself.
I think this entire session it feels like I've been doing Trucy's voice wrong. I think I didn't like what quote unquote grease up my throat enough to make it sound much more like what it was. I can't tell. In my head it sounds off, but I don't know, maybe it sounds okay in the recording.
Order! Order! Order!
Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out.
Yeah, Trucy, quit the magician job and become a lawyer. You get more money like that, probably. Oh, she's also only 15. She can't be a lawyer yet.
Oh, well! Then, who was it that became a prosecutor at age 14? From the trilogy game? Someone became
A prosecutor at age 14. I think. Did I make that up? I may have made that up.
Clarify 1 point for me if you would, Airforehead.
Oh, my voice. Oh, God, whatever.
What now?
Are you truly accusing this college student of murder?
Okay, you call him a college student, but Waki's only 19. It's not like he's that much older than him. In fact, is Stickler fucking older? Profiles.
Stickler.
Yeah, Stickler's old. Stickler's 22 and he's in university. But at the same time, he also has a fucking graduation cap on, so I can't like take into consideration what the fuck he's up to. Like, whatever.
Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer.
No, please, look aside. I'm really nice guy. All my friends say so.
He has friends?
Let's hear what the defense has to say.
What are you gonna do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler?
Accused of another crime! Obviously, because what's one thing that we haven't brought up yet?
I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much.
Remember, guys, anything that happens in the game when it comes to, in this case, when it comes to picking up evidence, when it comes to things that people say most of the time, it's all related somehow. So the fact that we picked up some evidence that still haven't been brought up in this court trial indicates that it's gonna be brought up probably now.
Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now!
The word confession isn't in my dictionary.
Forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Herr Stickler's silence.
Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears.
Yeah, I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there?
Do I have evidence that shows his involvement with some other crime?
Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in the crime.
How often do you get to present these in a court?
The evidence is this!
What? Is that woman's underwear?
Wow, I just spat everywhere. Hold up. Bruh, being a voice actor is fucking gross. It's just constant spit everywhere. It's disgusting.
Hey, those are mine! Don't look at me like that!
Order! 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 Mr. Stickler, while I can't say this comes as a shock,
It's not it seems. It's public theme, I swear it. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., A young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage.
Aha!
Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree.
Please hear me out and know what it looks like! Order! 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 Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed! Murdering is one thing, but to steal a girl's panties is another! It's seems...